All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're the real brothers, Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. But first and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Katadas.
and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and the Akim out there that pushes the truth when nothing but sincerity, though, you know? Why they say double honors to Great Millstone, man, you know? So with that, today we want to speak about America is spiritual Egypt, you know? Because in the scriptures, when it talks about Egypt, it could be talking about America, man. You know, and people don't get that though. It's like how is it that America is Egypt though? Doesn't make sense though, right? But in the scriptures, it does talk about America being Egypt though, man. You know, because that's the thing about it though, man. Well, you're not. See, this is the thing though. If you don't hold this truth though, if the truth's not given to you, you will never understand though. So this is strictly just for the elect though to understand. Not not you 2/3 anyways, because you 2/3 are gonna get destroyed, man. You know? So yeah, today we're gonna speak about America being the spiritual Egypt. Which can you get Revelation 11 and 8?
Yeah, I was just going to that.
God, that's the spirit.
Yeah.
And also when you can you read it in the KJV, and then after that can you read it in the NLT?
So Revelation 11:8, KJV, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
And if you want to break that down, you know?
Yeah. So their bodies, it says it's going to be lying in the street of the great city. You know, and it's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. So
how are you putting two? Oh, Salakia, but like, how do you put Egypt and Sodom together when there was different timelines, right?
So the great city is going to be called spiritually called Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and Egypt. You know, which Sodom and Gomorrah goes back to the homosexuality.
You can't tell in America there's not homosexuality going on when they're all full throttle about the LGBT movement and shit.
Yeah. And where they crucified, you know, our Lord, Yahushua, you know, they crucified him, you know, here.
Yeah. And because you got to think about it, right? Because you know, he was crucified what 2,000 years ago, back in Israel, right? So it's like, how did he get crucified in the time of Egypt? How did he get crucified in the time of Sodom though? He wasn't even born yet, right? So explain that, Christians.
Yeah. So that time is now.
Yeah.
He's being crucified now in this great city. Right?
So what the brother's saying is he's getting crucified as in, you guys made him look different though. You guys killed his real image, his name, his image, and what he actually stood for. You know, here in America, when you think about Jesus, you think about this white image of him, you know, and you know the long hair, which in Corinthians it talks about, you know, it's a shame for a man to have like long hair, and you know, so his image got crucified here in America. Well, not just here, you know, different places too. Were you done?
Yeah.
Can you read it in the NLT? No?
Revelation 11:8 in the NLT, and their bodies will lie in the main street of Jerusalem, the city that is figuratively called Sodom and Egypt, the city where their Lord was crucified.
See? Figuratively though, right? So symbolic, which figuratively goes into symbolic, portraying too, you know? So the place America is portrayed, you know, to is symbolic as Egypt though, you know? It really is though. Because if you think about it though, look at there's the pyramids in the back of the dollar bill, which I'll get right now, you know? It is old school, man, but you know, why is here we are living in America, right? on the other side of the world, but here's an Egyptian pyramid though, right? Why is there an Egyptian pyramid? But we live here in America, you know. So and said the new world order. So that's the thing, right? So pertaining to Egypt though, because you can't tell me this place is not like Egypt though, you know. And it goes deeper than that though, man. You know, these devils practice, these Canaanites practices though, man. Like they worship Bethel, what they call that the Bethel the half man and half the homosexual, that has tits and shit. Fuck, what the fuck is his name? Bohem. But even going back to Molech though, even going back to Molech, yeah. Even going back to Molech though, man, these Canaanites worship this identity though, you know, and these devils, which the Esau Caucasians though, their practices though, they worship this Molech, man, child sacrificing and shit, the drinking of the blood though, man, those Hamites are known to be doing that shit like that, Hamites are known to be fucking, they got these tribes out there in Africa, right, bro? That all they do is capture the people and they eat them, though, man. You know what I'm saying, though? And that's these Hamites, though. But ain't no more fucking different than these Edomites, though. They do the same shit. But, they do that shit willingly, though. I'm not giving the Hamites an excuse for them to fucking go and eat people. But out there, in Africa, they don't got no choice though, but to look, to become cannibals, man. But here you are in America, Esau, these Edomites, these elites though, they got the choice not to eat people, but they do so, man. You see what I'm saying though? Like they do so, they eat people, man, because they want to though, and that's you Edomites though, man. Why? Because you want that fucking child blood in you to become to stay youthful, so that's what you do though. And then plus in the scriptures it talks about how you like blood though, man. You Edomites like blood. So all these things though that these Hamites practice though back in the day and shit though, it's just nothing new under the sun though. You devils practice that shit too though. So the similarities of ancient Egypt to now though, you guys share the same shit, man. You guys ain't no motherfucking different though. You got something, brother?
That statue, I remember, it's Baphomet.
Baphomet, there you go. I always had a hard time to pronounce it, but it's that one though.
That's a goat horns and
some tits, right? Like
tits, and his legs are like goats.
Yeah.
Goat legs.
And doesn't he have the hand raised up like that, like these priests, these Catholic? Yeah, like it's like weird, right? Like that.
Yeah, some shit like that.
And I think they even got this Jesus doing the same hand pose, right? Can you get an image of that? And I'll get an image of the Jesus the Christ with that same hand pose. Watch. And see, you people can't even put two and two together, man. Yeah, because you know what I'm talking about, right? That hand pose, it's like that. And that fucking, the DMT does that shit, man. See if I can find the image though. Look at, oh yeah, here you go, look at, brother. This is a perfect example. Yeah. That's that pose, man. Did you find it on the? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Let me show real quick to the camera. Though. Look at that hand pose, right? And it's the same one, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me try to find the Baphomet one.
Yeah. Come on. Because he does that same hand pose too. And then you can't tell me this motherfucker looks homosexual as fuck, bro. This motherfucker looks gay as fuck, bro. Like, why is he raising his hand like that, bro? Come on now, though, In the scriptures, it talks about Yahweh Shine, though, being a stern man, And he coming, though. Were you able to find it? Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Look at that, bro. Same shit. The fingers together, man.
Just doing that hand pose.
You see, so we're not up here making things up, man. You saw my image, you saw the brother's image, though. They got that same hand pose, though, man. So it all goes back to these different idols, man. You know? So that's the thing about it, though. You know? So going back to Egypt being like America, America being like Egypt. Remember, at the time of Egypt, our people right here, there was a great exodus, though, right? You know, when we, the Gulf of Suez split. You had the chariots though above us and back though. You know, it was a great exodus though, and it's the same thing that the elect is gonna happen here. It's gonna be a great exodus though. When the chariots come and save the elect out of this place though, it's gonna be marvelous though. The same way it was marvelous back then though, when the sea split though, it's gonna be marvelous too. The same way the chariots is gonna save the elect right here in America, man. You got something, bud?
No, too. This is the place of the dry bones.
Go on.
Yeah, because that's what precept they gave him.
Oh, to that one that Revelation 11:8. Yeah.
It's Ezekiel 37:1. The hand of Yahweh Shai was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh Shai and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones. He led and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Yahweh Shai, thou knowest. But that valley of dry bones is right here in America.
Yeah.
Egypt.
Yeah. Because it's low because of the fact of the matter is the status of people, how low they are, man. Everyone in the world knows that Americans are fucking stupid, fat, and lazy, though.
That's why it said their bodies are gonna lie in the streets like dead bones.
Yeah, but that goes back to our people being spiritually dead.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean like don't get me wrong. There's gonna be a time where there's gonna be dead bodies, literally, when the ICBMs go and Yahweh shine the angels come. There's gonna be dead bodies everywhere, which goes into the Isaiah, I think the 34th chapter, when the blood can be melting onto the mountain though. It speaks literal too, but in the Revelation 11:8, it talks about the spiritually dead though, man. Not knowing his knowledge though. Our people, man. You know?
It talks about the congregation of the dead.
Oh yeah, con. Is that the same? It's in the same chapter, right? I believe. Yeah.
Probably is.
Because our people are dead, man. Look at the state of our people, man. All these tribes right here, though, you know? All these tribes right here, spiritually dead, man. You know?
That's in Proverbs.
Oh, yeah, come.
Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Yeah. And in that city is here in America, man. Because our people, like, you know, all these people live here in America, man. You can't say, oh, that tribe doesn't live here. Like, all these tribes live here in America, man. You know? So you can't say there's not a congregation of the dead, though, when all these fucking tribes right here live here in America, man. You know?
Okay, because they don't have understanding. Nobody understands this Bible.
Nope. Only the elect will. It does that. Because if you think about it, right, look, man, we're here at the park though. But the thing is though, is why isn't there we're not asking for a crowd though, but why isn't there a person here? Like, you know, our people, these people here, right? Why aren't they fucking surrounding us though and hearing what we're speaking of though? Because they're a congregation of the dead. That's why though, you know? Why ain't they here listening to us though? Speak this word though, man. Because it wasn't meant for them and they're in the congregation of the dead. You know, I see Jake. The majority of these people here are all Jake. I mean, there's not so much, a lot of people though, but there's enough though to be around here.
Because we have this sign for a reason, you know, to get everyone's attention and to wake them up. Well, get these people's attention.
At least though. Yeah, because we got this pointed to the street. That's why his brother told me though. Put it this way though. So you know, you can see though, because you know, like the good. What I like about the sign, brother, is that you can see, you know, it says Judah, Benjamin, but the nationalities, the so-called nationalities, they're in black print. So I mean, if you got good eyesight, you can see the black print on it. You know. So that's just the thing, man. You know. People are passing by and things like that, though. But I mean, it is what it is. You know, if they're Israelites, they're part of the congregation of the dead, man. And there's nothing much we can do.
If it's the will of the Lord, he'll have them come right here and stop and ask us questions.
Yeah, God. Yeah, because we're right here, and this is like one of the second or third busy streets here in Limor, though. So this is a busy street, man. You know?
This is a main street right here.
Yeah.
This is a byway right here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely a byway here in this town.
A highway.
Yeah. Because I don't even know how many cars have passed by already. Too many though. You know, 18th Avenue too it's a main street here anymore. But this one right here and Bush Streets are main streets though, man. See? You got more, brother? Now can you jump to Exodus 1? First chapter 1, and then start at 1 and read through like 14. Yeah, gone. Yeah, Exodus 1. You can start at 1 and go down to like 14. Because in this time, you know what I'm saying though, all as tribes though, all these tribes right here, we're all together in the captivity of Egypt though. And all these people right here too, we're all here in captivity too though, man. Because when you think about captivity, you think about chains, shackles. Nah, man, the way the system is set up, though, it's not for us, though, man. That's why it's a captivity for us, though, because we can never win in this game, though, in this rigged game that Esau has. You know? In the time of Egypt, though, yeah, we were in captivity, you know, physically, though. But that's spiritual because that was the time, too, that all these tribes were together. And then it was the time of King Solomon, though, where we're all together, though. And we haven't been together ever since the split, though, in the time of the King Solomon after he passed away. You know, it talks about the 10 tribes, though, that were in Assyria, that came over here, though, in the Americas. When were we ever together, though, besides the time of King Solomon and besides the time of Egyptian captivity, though? This is the only time that all these tribes are together, man, and having this knowledge, though. When are you ready, bro?
Exodus 1:1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob, a 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already.
Yeah, see, so all these tribes, as a nation, were together, man, in Egypt. You know? Can you keep reading?
And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation, and the children of Israel were fruitful, and increased abundantly, and multiplied, and waxed exceeding mighty, and the land was filled with them.
See, it's the same thing. Like us, you know, we like to have a lot of kids, bro. We have a lot of kids, though, man. Judah, Issachar, you know, Ephraim. They, you know, all of us like to, you know, all these tribes don't like to have a lot of kids, though, man. I mean, Ephraim means well, fruitful, right? So you see, so back then we were doing the same thing. We were just having a bunch of kids, though, man. You know, we're having a bunch of children, though. You know, and can you continue, Bible study?
Exodus 1:8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
See? So he didn't know him though, so it was a new fucking new ruler that he looked at us Israelites didn't give a shit. Can you
And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
see? So he felt intimidated, man. He felt like, oh shit, man, these people are, you know. But guess what though? Us as a people, man. Guess what? We scared this devil, man. We scared these other heathen nations, though, because we're more better at them at anything, man. You know what I'm saying, though? Shit. So the same way back in the Egyptian captivity, they try to they put us taskmasters and shit like that. They try to, you know, for us not to have kids, like, you know what I'm saying, try to stop that. It's the same thing like here in America, man, with these abortion clinics being open, though. You know what I'm saying, though? So who goes the most though? Judah. You know, the Northern Kingdom though. They go to these abortion clinics though to abort their babies though, man. You know what I'm saying though? So here they are, they get the babies and shit though. You know what I'm saying? For their parts and shit like that. How's it any more different from the Hamites from back then though, man? You know, when they what's it called? Sacrifice to Molech and shit. So I'm just saying there's a similarity though from how America is to Egypt though, man. You know what I mean? Because these Hamites did that shit though, man. You know? So it's like this devil don't want us to prosper as a people though, man. That's why he created gangster music, you know what I'm saying? Created, you know, these drugs and shit though. All this shit though, for us to fall as a nation though, man. For us not to, hey man, all these places that what Judah was you know getting better at though, like as in he started making their own towns and shit though. What's that? The Oklahoma massacre or the Black Wall Street, the Tulsa, all these places though where Jake was able to do their own community though. What did Esau do? Shit, run them down though, man. There's that one too, I believe in Florida. What was that shit called though? They even made a movie about it. Fuck, man. What the hell's that name? Rosewood? I think it was called Rosewood. Where Jake prospered though, man. Jake prospered though. What did this fucking Edomite bitch said? That she got raped though by Jake though, man. When in reality though, she was getting fucked by another Edomite though, man. But she was all fucked up and shit, bruised up though. It was easy she blamed it on Jake though, man. So what did these fucking Edomites do? They went and burned down that I think it was called Rosewood, that place in Florida, man. It's a real story, man. It literally did happen. See? So these Edomites don't want us as a nation to prosper, man. And it's the same thing that happened back then in Egypt, man. This new leader, whatever, he was like, nah, you know, they're getting bigger, they're multiplying more. Hey, shit, we gotta do something about it though. Can you get Baba Samuel?
Exodus 1 and 10, Exodus 1 and 9, he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
You see? So they were like, oh shit, man, they're gonna join our enemies and go up against us and shit, you know? So, no, us as a people, man, we dominate, man. The boxing ring, the sports arena, boxing ring though, shit, music though, we dominate, man. As all these people dominate though, man. You know? Oh yeah, so that's the thing. They try to stop us from, you know, continuing though back then. It ain't no motherfucking different from right now. Jake can't even shit. They even fucking harassed the churro guy, the elote guy, for selling fucking corn. You know, cops pull up on him and shit and tell him to, you know, they take away his corn and shit. All he's trying to do is make a living though. You know, the taco stands and shit though. Sometimes Esau be going up in there and shit and shutting them down. Where's your permit at? See, Jake can't even have a nice car though without him getting pulled over and saying, "Where's your license registration though? Do you own this car?"
Yeah, because how is it that we're the majority we're the majority of America, you know?
Yeah, as a people, right?
Yeah, as a people, but you know, we outweigh everybody, but yet we're not in rulership, you know?
Exactly though, because they don't want us to prosper, man. When are you nations gonna learn, man? Esau never loved you guys, man. He don't want you to prosper, man, at all.
Because of the curses.
Yep.
We're still under the curses. The curse is going to be until the end, you know?
Yep. Until that new covenant comes, though, man. You know, Yahweh needs to come, though, man, and he is gonna come. You know, because when it comes to this devil, we can't beat him, though, man. You know, we can't beat him. Even in the time of slavery, though, we couldn't beat them back then, though, man. In the time of slavery, we couldn't beat them, though. They'll fucking kill us, they'll lynch us, man. Even now, though, they say like, oh, how come you don't rebel against the, like, how is one person gonna rebel against the government, man? These cameras, you know what I mean? This law enforcement, the sword. I can't do shit. Us as a brother, we can't do shit, man. You know what I'm saying, though? That's why we need Yahweh Shai, though. That's why we're chanting the downfall of this place, though, man. That's why we want that war right now to war, man. Start drafting motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? No, we want this shit to happen already, though. You know? Let World War III crack off again more, though, man. Start fucking knocking on people's door, going to these white ants and saying, hey, nigga, you're going to get drafted, though. We want all that shit to happen, though. If they try to come at me and saying, you're going to get drafted, nigga, take me to prison, though. I ain't going to fucking do that shit. I ain't going to go out there, though. You got to fucking, you know, take me to prison, man. They try to say, you got to enlist or some shit if you're 18 to 25. If not, you're going to get a fine of, well, not you, but like, you know, people that age, though, you know, they get a fine of $250,000, though, or 5 years in prison. My advice to you little niggas, take the prison term, man. Because out there, you're not going to come back, man. Once you're out there, man, fighting, though, shit, most likely you niggas ain't going to come back, man. You know, and I believe there's a scripture that talks about sheep mourning, some shit like that, though, man. I forgot how it goes, though, man. But anyways, your little niggas ain't going to come back, though, man. See? Can you get more of that? You can stop at 14. I don't know if those are 15.
Exodus 1 and 11.
Okay.
Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
You see, all these pyramids, though, all these things, the wonders in Egypt, though, we build it. These people right here, we build it. And ever since we left Egypt, the time of Passover, Egypt has never been the same.
And we also built America.
Exactly. Yeah. The only reason why America's thriving is because all these people right here, man. Literally. All these people make America so-called great, man. You know? We as a nation right here made America great. Even at the time back then of Egypt, though, we made Egypt prosper back then, though, man.
That's why I said that they built for Pharaoh treasure cities.
It's not even a city. Cities.
Yeah.
Man. All those pyramids, all that gold and shit, man. That was because of us, man. And like I said, brother, like ever since we left Egypt, man, that shit hasn't been popping, though. Ever since, though. Once we left, though, as a nation, you know, we got, you know, Egypt hasn't been popping, though. But at the time that we were there, it was popping, though. It's the same thing as in America, man. If we were to leave all these nations right here, if we were to leave America, America would be like another boring ass country, man. Just give an example, France, or it'd just be like a great, you know, it'd be like UK. Like, what the fuck makes UK, Great Britain great, man? What is, besides fucking niggas out there that don't brush their teeth and shit, and their teeth are all fucked up, though, Like, what is Great Britain known for, man? You know, the majority of people, all they're Edomites, man. But ain't nothing popping over there. When did you hear last time? Oh, you know, Switzerland, man. Hey, they got some badass. Even if these other different countries have something popping to do as people, they're most likely Israelites. You know, and that's just the truth, though, man. You know. Well, all the greatness and everything comes from these people right here. From the Michael Jordans to the Michael Jacksons to the Mike Tysons and shit, though. These were all Israelites, man. Shit. Everyone knows Mike Jackson was, though, man. Everyone knew who fucking, or knew him, and everyone knows who Michael Jordan is. Michael Jordan could go to Switzerland or Denmark. They know who the fuck that who is. But someone that's famous out there from Denmark comes over here, that nigga could be walking by. I wouldn't even know who the fuck he is. You know? But that's what I'm saying. Us as a nation, we make places pop, though, man. And right now, we made America pop, though. Because us, though, man. Fucking the Southern Kingdom working free, though. Made these devils get a lot of money, though, man. Issachar working these fucking fields and shit right now. Because you know damn well Edomites ain't gonna go out there. Your fruits and vegetables is because Issachar and Zebulon, man. Judah dominating the fucking boxing sports arena. TV, man. You know what I'm saying, though? You can't tell me fucking all these people ain't great, though. Gad, though. Gad is just a warrior, man. He'll fuck you up and kill you. See? So that's what I'm saying, though, man. So we make these people, this place great, though, man. Not this fucking Edomites, though. Can you continue about what you're
Exodus 1 and 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
And it's the same thing right here too, bro. The more we're afflicted, the more we got kids, though. Going back to what I said earlier, Judah, Issachar, and Ephraim, we got a bunch of kids, man. Shit, because the thing is, though, is we're being afflicted here in America. So our only pleasure is just having sex, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Or drinking the liquor or some shit. You know? Because we can't even prosper as a people right here, though. So the only pleasure we get, man, is just fucking going home and, you know, doing our thing with our wife and shit, and that's it. You know? So that's what I'm saying, though, man. It ain't no different from us back then, because we are those people from back then in Egypt, man. We're the same people, man, here in America. You know? Can you continue?
Exodus 1 and 13. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
Didn't that happen also too in the time of slavery with Judah? The way they had them and shit, man. 300 years ago, 400 years ago, 300 years ago. Okay, that'd be it, though, bro. So, now can you get Jeremiah 3? Oh, you got one?
One more.
Got.
Exodus 1 and 14. And they made their lives bitter and hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
See? Ain't no motherfucking different, man, from right now, though. Even let's say you're not working at a hard labor job, though. Let's say you're working at what is he, Burger King, right? Burger King. Your fucking manager's an Edomite. Go fucking have you scheduled to work fucking a time that, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to, though. And then he'll fucking probably accuse you of stealing money out of the fucking cash register or some shit. Even though it's not true, though. Well, he'll fucking have you mop the floor and shit while there's people in the dining room or some shit, you know? It's no fucking different, man. Yeah, you might not look at it, I just Burger King, though. But guess what, man? The rigorness, man, the bitterness, how they treat you at work, though. You know? People on TikTok, though, on YouTube, be complaining, and it's usually these people right here, man. Oh, and I just seen yesterday that it was an Ephraim chick, right? And she took a job, though, and then like a week later, she got another job, though. And she was able to do both the jobs, right? And it was like a Zoom, you know, like Zoom meetings and shit like that. So she was able to manage both jobs though for like over a year. So once one job found out that she was working for a different job, she got fired, bro. And she was actually so good at both jobs though, they were gonna promote her, and then the other job was gonna pay her more. But then it goes to show that one job somehow found out that she was working at a different job. Both jobs let her go, and she was like, "What the fuck? Like I was doing both jobs right. You would offer me a promotion. What the fuck? Hey, but this is America, right? Taskmasters, whatever you what you call them taskmasters, call them managers, supervisors. They don't give a store managers, man. These motherfuckers are the same motherfuckers, man. Pieces of shit, man. You know what I'm saying though? Well, this brother never was, you know what I mean? No, this brother was actually one of the coolest managers though, man. Because why? Because he was actually for his people, man. You know, brother, you know? Actually for his people, man.
Yeah, because I wouldn't make their lives bitter.
Hell no, everybody wanted to work with you, bro. Everybody wanted to work with you and James though. James is Judah. He was cool, man. But these two, this brother for sure though, and James though, you know, for sure we wanted to work with though. Because it was where it came back. As long as we did our job right, you just, hey man, we could talk, you know? It was cool, the job was done, you know? He didn't make our lives bitter, bro. Everybody wanted to work with this brother, man, and the other brother, man. You know? So was that it?
Yeah.
Now can you jump to Jeremiah the 3rd chapter and verse 18 and 19? You know? So this happened in the time of Egypt though, man. You know, time of the Exodus and things like that. So all as tribes were all together though. Man, when King Solomon, you know what I'm saying, had his rulership though, bro, man, we had when King David though, we had garrisons everywhere, man. These different places though, we had garrisons, man. Hated the Edomites though, man. See what I'm saying? So as you know, there ain't nobody was able to touch when King David was ruling though. Ain't no fucking heathen was able to touch, man. Man, I can only imagine, bro, back then though, that time though, we're all together, bro, under King Solomon's rulership though. How beautiful that was, man. I mean, it tells you though that queen, right, thought that the doorman was King Solomon. Yeah, it's a story, right? Yeah, that she thought that the doorman was King Solomon. It wasn't even him. So imagine, bro, the bowls probably, you know, the bowls were gold, spoons were gold. But that was us all together as a nation, though, man. Look how beautiful it was, man. So you could get down, brother.
Jeremiah 3 and 18. In those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers.
What is the land of the north, bro? No, about here, America, right? Isn't this the northwest? Northwest? The western,
The northern hemisphere?
yeah, hemisphere. And it said too that it said Judah, right? Or Jews? It said Judah, or Jerusalem. I said Judah, right?
Yeah.
Judah and Israel are gonna walk together. Judah representing the southern kingdom, and Israel representing the northern kingdom. And you think about it, how is that? How you know? Think about it. Jeremiah, that was the time of the what? The captivity of Babylon. The northern kingdom had already been taken away though by the Assyrians though. So this is a prophecy though, and it's happening right now. You know?
Let me read it in the NLT. It says, in those days the people of Judah and Israel will return together from exile in the north.
Oh, exile, right?
Yeah. Whew. And they will return to the land I gave your ancestors as an inheritance forever.
Which is the land of Israel. See? So that going into the great salvation though, man, that's to come here in America, man. The elect though, the 1/3, man, gonna get saved though. See? So this is prophecy happening right now. Because when we were ever together though, last time we were together as a tribes though was when King Solomon, right? we're all together. Because then it had that split though. Then what? We got taken to the Assyrians though. Then we left Assyria, and then what? Well, before that though, then the Babylonians took the southern kingdom. You see? So we're always not together, man. Ever since the split of King Solomon, man. Or the time of King Solomon, after he died, I mean. You see? So this is a prophecy that's happening right now. Because all these people right here, bro, you see the camps though. Yeah, you see brothers' camps though. You see, cause there's a camp though that I watch these brothers, right, man? Diligent brothers, man. Out in Boston though, their channel I believe is called Diligent Soldiers, right? And these brothers out of Boston though, right? They got a brother from Judah. They got a brother Zebulon. They got a brother Ephraim, and then the brother is Simeon. Simeon, which is yeah, he's Dominican, right? So all these 4 different tribes, bro. You know what I'm saying though? In one camp though. Judah, and then it's Ephraim, right? And together though. Yeah, we had lived together here in America, but not having his word though. Now us having his word though and knowing who we are, because you gotta understand though, before the American captivity, we knew who we were. But American captivity is the only captivity that we didn't even know who we were, man. And the fact that we know who we are though, man, that's beautiful. You know? Because if you say we're not the people of Egypt though, how can you not tell me that Issachar building them Aztec pyramids, bro? You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me Issachar and Zebulon ain't the people from the people from Egypt though, because they did a measurement though, and I believe how many feet though, or is it less than a feet? Let me Google that real quick, bro. Let me ask you a question. Are Egyptian pyramids and Aztec pyramids the same size?
No, Egyptian pyramids of other types, like Nubian pyramids, are the same size. Egyptian pyramids, especially those in Giza, with some reaching 147 meters, while Nubian pyramids are smaller, only 65 meters in area.
See, that's not even a lot though. You know? And I believe the biggest pyramid is it's Mexico. Let me ask it again though. Is the biggest pyramid in Mexico?
The Great Pyramid of Chile, also known as Tajimawtepec, is the largest pyramid in Mexico, and indeed the world, by volume.
See?
It's a very large structure, sometimes appearing as a hill, with a volume that exceeds 4.45 million cubic meters.
You see? So the biggest pyramid is in Mexico. You see what I'm saying though? So these are the same tribe though. Was Issachar was in the time of the Egyptian captivity, man. You know what I'm saying? These same people were at that time over there, man. You know? So that's the thing, man. So now can you jump to Isaiah chapter 19? And you can start at verse 17 and finish that. Because this chapter is specifically talking about America, but it calls it Egypt. You know what I mean? Yeah, because this chapter, yeah, it's talking because it talks about Egypt though, but it's actually talking about America, man. Yeah, so whenever you're ready, bro.
Isaiah 19 and 17. And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Bashim outside host.
And that's us, like it. And that's us bringing this word out, man. Why is it a terror though? Because we're telling you the truth on what's about to happen here, and us knowing who we are, man. That's the terror though. Can you continue, Bob?
Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of Bashim outside host, which he hath determined against it.
Woo. Yeah, because we're against America, man. We're against this place though, man. We don't want to see this shit prosper anymore. We want this shit to go down, man. You know? Because the word that we're bringing out, though, is it's going to be hit by ICBMs, though, and Yahweh shall come in with the angels, man. You know? And that brings terror, bro. That brings terror to people. Telling people, hey, man, this shit is going to get nuked, though, man. America's going to get, you know? People get scared of that, too. You know? The fact that this devil is going down, that's scary for them, too. You devils are seeing your own nation go down, man. You guys ain't fuck. You guys are done. Even within your own people are saying that shit, though, man. You Edomites are saying that shit. That America ain't gonna prosper any better, especially because of this war. You know. And as prophets, we happy about that. You know. We happy though. But that brings terror to the Edomites, man. You know, you got these other heathens, though. They're going back to their land, and that's a prophecy too, though. You know, these heathen are going back to their land because they see the downfall of this place already, though, man. Man, there was a Chinese place over there in Kalinga. Them motherfuckers moved out. They bounced, bro. It was a known Chinese place over there in Kalinga, and then people they bounced, man. Next thing you know, that place is vacant, man. Like, what the fuck? When the fuck did they leave, though? This place is it's going down, man. Can you continue about yourself?
Isaiah 19 and 18. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan and swear to Yahweh Shemashai of hosts. One shall be called the city of destruction.
See, look at, and the thing is, though, it says the language of Canaan, which is the Hebrew, right? We started learning this Hebrew until we came into this truth, though, man. We learned the language, though. You know what I'm saying, though? Because we didn't know. First of all, we didn't even know we were Hebrew Israelites. As we came into the truth, we started learning the words, man. I mean, I don't speak it fluently. I know some words. I know words, though. Don't get little prayers, curses, though. But I learned, though, the Hebrew coming into this truth, though, man. Well, us brethren, we're learning here in the land of America, man.
The NLT says in that day 5 of Egypt's cities will follow Yahweh Shemashai of heaven's armies. They will even begin to speak Hebrew, the language of Canaan.
Oh, there you go. I never heard it in the NLT before, but that was beautiful. See? That's why the apostles say sometimes it's good to hear in the NLT, though, because it, you know, makes it clear too. But see, I never heard it in the NLT version before, but it's totally clear right there. Can you get the next precept?
Isaiah 19 and 19. In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh Shemashai in the midst of the land of Egypt.
Whew. And the altar represents these different camps, though. Because though we're giving out prayers, we're teaching His word, though, doing the sacrifices, though, making our bodies living sacrifices. That's what you do in the altars, right? So these altars, man, it smells like burnt, man. Like burnt plastic or something, huh? It's just probably burnt, you know? Yeah. Burnt plastic, bro. See, so these altars are these different camps, though, man. Coming out here preaching the word, though. You know? Making our bodies a living sacrifice, though. Because in the altars, that's what you would do, right? Sacrifices, though. That's what we're doing right now. You know? Making our bodies a living sacrifice. Man, fucking, we're smelling some nasty ass burnt plastic shit right now. We don't know what the fuck it is, though, but that shit smells nasty, though. So coming out here is like we're making our bodies a living sacrifice, though, man. Dealing with these fucking smells and shit, man. God damn, man. That's just bugging the fuck out of me, bro. But you see what I'm saying, though? So that's the thing, though. So, can you continue to read about yourself?
Isaiah 19 and 19. In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh Shemashai in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to Yahweh Shemashai.
Yeah. Can you get the next one? 20.
Isaiah 19 and 20. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh Shemashai of hosts in the land of Egypt, For they shall cry unto Yahweh Shai because of the oppressors. He shall send them a Savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them.
See? And now we're doing that right now, though. We're crying and sighing, though. You know, coming out here, tired of this fucking wicked ass place because of the oppression that is given us, though. You know what I'm saying, though? We're getting oppressed, though, because it's devil, though. It's the same way we're getting oppressed, though. Because it tells you, though, we're getting oppressed, though, in the time of Egypt, though. So, you know, it's the same thing that we're going through right now. You know what I'm saying, though? We're getting oppressed right now, though. Shit ain't no fucking different from back then, though. You know? So that's why we're crying. That's why in the time of Egypt, though, us, you know, we started crying and sighing, though, and that's when the Lord heard us. I believe it said something like that. That we were crying and sighing in the time of Egypt, though, and the Lord heard us. It ain't no different from right now here in America. Because, you know, you see these different camps, though, we're crying and sighing, though, because we're tired of this fucking place, though. You know? And we see the prophecies revealing itself, though, man. You know what I'm saying, though? World War III, the MOTD. You know what I'm saying, though? We see these prophecies, and they're coming soon, near you. You know? So we crying and sighing, though, for this. We're chanting down this place, though, man, to go down, man. That's it. You know? Because we're fucking tired of this place, though. You know? So, this will be the last one, though. Can you get a Deuteronomy 28 and 68? You know, this is a classic, though, and this ain't talking about the land of Egypt. This is talking about America, you know? So it's spiritual, you know? So, yeah, that'll be the last one, Deuteronomy 28 and 68. We're talking about captivity and things like that, though, man. And that's what we've been through, man, as a nation, though. But that was because we fell off as a nation, though. You know, that was the punishment, though. We don't follow the true power, though. Guess what? We're gonna put you in captivity, though, man. And I believe it's a precept in Baruch, the chapter. You know, I forgot what chapter it is. That why we went to slavery, though, man. Because if the Most High wanted to get rid of us, He could have got rid of all these people a long time ago. So, when are you ready, bro?
I got a precept.
Go.
Real quick. Isaiah 1 and 9. Except Yahweh Shai of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like Gomorrah.
Literally what I just said. Right? Yeah. They would have destroyed us the Most High could have destroyed us as a nation, though, man. And many times back then.
Because the Sodom and Gomorrah got totally destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
And only a few got saved.
Which was only what? The Lot and his two daughters, right? His wife looked back. Yeah, the wife ever since, you know, people that can't look over this world, man. And our people are like Lot's wife, man. They don't want America to get destroyed, man. You know, you 2/3 represent Lot's wife, man, because you don't want this place to go down. You know, and didn't it say too that he was vexed with the filthy conversations, though? What's his name? Lot was. It's the same thing right now, bro. Like we were just talking about earlier, the LBT, all these crazy fucking shit that we gotta see and hear, though. You know what I'm saying, though? The non-binary, they, them, all this stupid ass shit, man, vexed us, man. I know it vexes me, though, because it's fucking stupid. Either you're a fucking, you know, a boy or a girl. It's that simple. You know? It's fucking vexing, though, man. You know, seeing a fucking, which I seen this yesterday. Well, I didn't see it, though, but I seen like a video. Well, it was like of a man in a fucking bikini top, though, try to go into a girl's fucking restroom, though. Bro, that shit pisses me off, bro. You know what I mean? Like a grown-ass man, because he identified as a woman, bro. Because he had a bikini top there. He was able to walk into the girl's restroom, man. Man, what if that was your daughter was in there, bro? What if your wife was in there and shit? See a grown-ass Edomite, bro, with a fucking bikini top, trying to go into the girl's restroom, and your woman happened to go in there 30 seconds before. Or your daughter and shit. Man, that shit. That's why this place needs to fucking go, bro. You know what I mean? Because of stupid shit like that. That was it, brother?
It says Isaiah 1 and 10. Hear the word of Yahweh Shai. ye rulers of Sodom, give ear unto the law of our power, ye people of Gomorrah. That's what these people don't do, is give ear unto the Lord and follow the law.
Exactly, bro. Didn't they call this a perverse nation? Perverse nation? Perverse, you know? It does the opposite though, man. It does the fucking opposite though. You know? You know what I mean? They do the opposite though. Which I think that's in Isaiah 10 and 1, right? When it talks about the... Yeah. I'll get this real quick though. Isaiah 10 and 1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. See? Unrighteous decrees, which is like the law. You know what I'm saying though? These motherfuckers create these laws though. For example, what I just said though. A man could say, I'm a woman, and he has the right to go into a woman's restroom. What kind of weirdo shit is that? And they can't, we as a father can't do nothing about it though. Because if we do something about it, we end up getting arrested though. But he was at the right though, because he identified as a woman. And you getting arrested because you're letting that nigga not to go in. You're telling that nigga, hell no, fool, you ain't gonna come in here. My daughter's in here. You ain't gonna fucking come in here. Motherfucker, fuck that. What does this fucking weirdo do? Call the cops. Oh, I'm being harassed though right now. Why? Why my rights are getting taken away because of this guy though. And you are the bad guy. It's crazy how this fucking place is, man. Damn, I fucking hate America, bro. Yes. If you don't got anything right now, go back to Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Habashim shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
See? Again with, because in reality though, how like the land of what's it called, Israel to Egypt, it's not far. You don't need to take no ship. You can just travel through the land. Like it's really Israel and then Egypt down here. You don't need to take no ship though. So this is talking about what? The transatlantic slave trade that happened here in America. You know? That's what it's talking about. Again. And it says buy you. No. That word buy goes into redeem though. There's no one to save you from this captivity though. Or that captivity though. Only Yahweh Shai though. You see?
Egypt just means bondage.
Yeah, that's all it is. House of bondage, right?
Yeah, so you'll be bring thee into bondage again.
Yeah, again. Exactly. Again. When did, okay, don't get me wrong, we were in a captivity the first time though. So when did we go as a nation again, second captivity though? Right? Because it was the Egyptian, you know what I'm saying? Then we got out, went to the wilderness. Joshua and had to take the land. It was Canaan though. Then became Israel. We were there as a people though. Then the Syrians, the Babylonians, the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans. So when did we go as a nation to get in Egyptian captivity though? So the American captivity. See, we went through all these different captivities though. But when they talk about Egypt again, it's talking about the American captivity though. See, that's the trip on the windows. They spray paint the windows, right? That same color, right? The hell? Weirdo shit, man. But like I said, that's talking about the slavery though, man. Because we didn't have no one to redeem us as a people back then though. Even to right now, man, you enslaved, man. We call our works. Look at Jake. Can't tell me that's not our people, bro. Looking like an ice cream truck. See that flavor though, man? Hey man, only Jake though, man. I don't know if he's selling ice cream out of that truck though, but that's our people, man. Even when we're down, you know what I mean? We still have a way to shine though, man. That's just funny though. But hey, man, So that was it on that?
Hold on.
There's more? Yeah. You get the meat.
And Yahweh Shai shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way thereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And we're not going back to the old Egypt.
The old, yeah, gone, yeah.
We're not going to see it again.
Yep.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
But they like to say, well, in the time of slavery, people did buy the slaves though. No, that word to buy goes into redeem, man. No?
No one's going to save us from this place.
Yeah. Even the only just Yahweh Shai. That he's the redeemer.
The Esau already, it's like Esau owns us, you
Yeah.
know?
Through what? Through our birth certificates, social security cards? Right. He owns us through that, man.
No one's going to buy us from Esau.
Yeah. No? That's why I was saying earlier, we need Yahweh Shai though. Yahweh Shai and the angels are the only ones that are able to take this fucking devil down. Because us, carnally wise though, we can't, bro. Man, we could get arrested right now, man. We can't fucking defeat this devil, man. You know? Our weapons are not warfare, man. They're spiritual. You know? So we can't do anything about it though, man. Shit. When the time comes, Yahweh Shai comes, so hopefully we'll be the electo, man. We could be like the Ultramites though from Invincible. You ever watch that show, bro? On Prime Video? Invincible? It's like a cartoon though, but it's cool though. You know what I mean? If you ever get a chance though, just check it out, bro. It's a badass show, man. I might, you know what I mean? Cartoons and shit like that. I was like, but this one's more like it's graphic though, but pretty much those Ultramites though is superhero powers though. Go conquering worlds though, you know? They got the power though, man. So that's the thing though, man. So fishers, it always reminds me of that precept on Jeremiah the 16th. The fishers turn into hunters. You know? Because that's the only way we can defeat this devil, man. Then we're gonna search these motherfuckers devil out these bunkers though, and get them out there and put them in slavery though. And guess what? In the Bible, it talks about us putting these people in slavery though. And the book of Psalms though, putting these nobles and in chains though, man. So you can't say, well, the Bible doesn't say that, but motherfucker, it does. You know? You got more on that, or you got a precept?
No. Oh yeah. Jeremiah.
Look at this fucking Edomite. See? He's fucking Edomite, man. You know how I know he's an Edomite? Because his stupid ass red face though, man. And only Edomites do weirdo shit like that. Yeah. Stupid ass, man.
Yeah. Trying to disrupt the word.
Yeah. He think he fucking with us though, but hey, his kingdom is gonna get fucking shut down, man. And guess what? The way he screamed is the way he's gonna get judged though, man. We're gonna be.
He's gonna be in slavery.
Yeah, exactly though. You see, look at busting it though. America's gonna get destroyed. See? Did that whole flip though right there. Fucking Jack. He looked like a chicken though. Stupid ass motherfucker. Well, hey, that's gonna be his future, man. And you know what I mean? His judgment, he's gonna be screaming like a little bitch like that. We're gonna remember. Hey, we're gonna remember that dude in the time in the kingdom. We're gonna remember that dude though, man. Me and his brother gonna be like, hey, remember this motherfucker passing the orange car, bro? The same color as my phone. You know, we're gonna have. Oh, we're not always gonna be in the kingdom though. But I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, remember that motherfucker? You know that passed by in the orange car though? Look at there he is, bro. Oh, you got one.
Revelation, Jeremiah 23:14. And among the prophets of Jerusalem, I have seen a horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen the hands of evildoers, so that no one turns his back on wickedness. They are all like Sodom to me. The people of Jerusalem are like Gomorrah.
You see? Hey, our people picking up these American ways, bro, huh? Right? Like our people being homosexuals and shit, you know?
They're like it says they are like Sodom to me.
No good.
You know,
No, no good. See?
they're not worth anything because a man and a man cannot produce anything. You know?
Fucking produce AIDS though,
Yeah.
you know? And then when they get it though, that's their judgment. Oh, you're dying and skinny and dying and shit. Well, guess what? You know, you're not supposed to be doing that. You guys got judged, getting judged though for being a homosexual, man. We can't even say that though, man. Get in trouble for probably saying some shit like that, man. You know? So, like I said, man, we can't wait till this place goes down, man. You know what I'm saying? We got your stupid jackass fucking Edomites doing that weirdo shit. You're gonna hear the LBT, man. We're gonna have none of that stuff, man, in the kingdom, man. You know? That's why, oh, real quick, can you get the first precept of Isaiah the 19th chapter, the first verse though, on it? Because you know that I believe that goes into the destruction of this place, man. You know, wicked ass place, man. Yeah, Isaiah the 19th chapter, the first verse though. It goes into that destruction, the burden. I think it says the burden of Egypt.
Isaiah 19:1,
Yeah,
the burden of Egypt.
yeah. See that one there, yeah.
Behold, Yahweh Shai rideth upon a swift cloud,
Chariot, so-called UFO.
and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall mount in the midst of it.
Woo. You're gonna, you know, these Edomites and these people, man, gonna see them chariots up in the sky, bro. Man, motherfuckers gonna get heart attacks, bro. They're gonna be so scared, bro. Man, I can't wait though, bro. You know what I'm saying though? Because it's gonna be a feeling of, oh, chariots though, man. Lord will get saved in it, or either you know, you're gonna be like, hell yeah, or you're gonna be scared out of your mind though, because the chariot will destroy you, or it's gonna save you. You know? Separate. What does it say? Separate the goats from the sheep. Well, no, the left. It says the left of my the goats, and the right my sheep. That's what them chariots gonna be doing, man. Talking about the reapers, the angels though, coming though, no, the threshing though. Man, when these Americans see those the chariots up in the sky though, man, motherfuckers gonna be having heart attacks. They're gonna die right then and there, man. You know. Shit, and Lord was that jackass one of them too though, man. Yeah, that was it on that, bro. You got anything? So with that, you know, hopefully Cap was edifying. We want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bashir, Yahweh, Bashir, Dash, and double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. So with that, we want to say shalom, man.